everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a very, very simple bracelet and pair of earrings today. It is so simple that I hesitate to even call it a tutorial. I'm thinking about calling it a just come watch me make a bracelet video or something. It might be boring for some of you all because it is so simple, but I know that I've had several people comment on my videos and tell me that they are brand new to beading. And I don't want to lose sight of the fact that people that are brand new to beading, maybe they don't know some of the things that those of us who have been beading for a while take for granted. So I don't want to leave them out. I like to put a little project, very simple little project in, sometimes just showing the basics for people that are brand new to beading. So I'm going to be using some of the beads from the most recent bargain bead box, the Art Deco Luxe collection. In case you're not familiar, Bargain Bead Box is a monthly subscription of beads and findings. It's $19.49 a month, and that includes shipping in the United States. They have beautiful beads and findings, and it's always curated around a different theme each month. And if you're a subscriber to the Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon to use in Bead Box Bargains, which is their sister store. And you can use it as many times as you want to during the month, and they already have great prices. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa2, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for the subscription if you're interested. The coupon code will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. I have the 8mm white shell pearl beads, man-made pearl round beads. I have the 10mm black and white agate dyed and heated faceted rounds. I have two different kinds of bead caps from my stash. I have forgot to get my crimp tubes out. I'm going to have two 2x2 crimp tubes, and I use the Beadalon kind. These are in gunmetal. I'm almost out of the gold findings that came in the box, so I'm using gunmetal and antique silver in this. I have some jump rings and a couple of wire guards and a toggle clasp. And then in here I'm going to make, I got to have a pair of earrings. So I've got a couple of little white pearl beads and a couple of the faceted bigger beads and some bead caps and a couple of eye pins and a couple of ball head pins and a couple of ear wires in there. I have my soft flex beading wire in fine. It's 21 strand. I have my bead stoppers. I have my chain nose pliers and my crimping pliers. The crimping pliers are Beadalon. And I don't know, I've had the chain nose pliers so long, I don't know where I got them. I have my tweezer pliers and my round nose pliers. The tweezer pliers are Xuron, and the round nose pliers I got from BB Craft many years ago. I have both pairs of my cutters. I use one pair for bead stringing wire, and I use the other pair to cut like head pins and eye pins and craft wire. They're Xuron, and I only use one pair of cutters for my bead stringing wire because they have to be pretty sharp to cut it, and these are dull, but they'll still cut eye pins and head pins and things like that. So, and I have both pairs of my round nose pliers, and I have a new pair of bent chain nose pliers, and I have a new pair. I never have really liked these Xuron ones that I always use with the real sharp 90-degree angle. And Xuron has a pair that's more like this, which I kind of wanted to get, but they were a little bit out of my price range. And then I found these, and they have a little bit more narrow tip, which is kind of what I was looking for. These are fine. I use these, and I'll still use these. I got these from BB Craft many years ago, but I'm going to try these because I always use two pair anyway. These are called Glitterline. They're a lot smaller than the tools I usually use, though, but I think they'll be fine. If as much as I can find, I'll put links to everything I'm using in the description box below. And I have my little New Orleans shot glass to put my wires in when I cut them off. I'll only be using that when I make the earrings at the end, though. I just emptied him. He's fresh and ready to go. I think he needs to be cleaned, though. He's got some dirt on him there. So let me get some of this out of the way, and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads poured out here in a big old mess like I always do. I don't know why I do that. I think I must feel some sort of a sense of accomplishment when I finally get them picked up. I don't know. So I'm going to start with one of my little white pearl beads here. And these little white pearl beads have very small little holes. And then I'm going to put a bead cap. I'm going to put one facing the bead and one facing away from the bead. And I'm going to do 2 more pearls. And then I'm going to do that again, a bead cap facing the bead and a bead cap facing away from the bead. So I've got that. Now I'm going to do 2 more pearl beads. And a bead cap facing the bead and a bead cap facing away from the bead. 2 more pearl beads. And 2 more bead caps, one facing the bead and one facing away from the bead. And a white pearl bead. And then I'm going to take these different bead caps and I'm going to put one around one of these bigger 10mm faceted gemstone beads. And then I'm going to do one, I got that in the wrong hole. These are these little filigree bead caps and they've got a bunch of little holes in them. You got to be careful to get them in the right side, in the center hole. Now I'm going to do one without bead caps around it. And now I'm going to do one with bead caps. And I'm going to do one without bead caps. And I'm going to do one with bead caps. Oh no, I got 2. Yeah, I picked up 2 there. And then I'm going to do one without bead caps. God, I missed one on that one. I thought I did something wrong there. Okay, I'm going to do one without bead caps. One with bead caps. One without bead caps. And one with bead caps. This is going to be an asymmetrical bracelet. I have half of it be pearls and half of it be the gemstone beads. And now I'm going to crimp. Get my little crimp tubes here and my wire guardians. Put my crimp tube on. Put my wire guardian on. Take my wire and go down the other channel of my wire guardian. Go through my crimp tube. Make sure to keep my wires from being crossed, because if your wires are crossed, your crimp is more likely to fail. I'm going to take my crimping pliers and I'm going to go in the second part there that has the little circle on one side and the little notch on the other side. I'm going to lay my crimp in there. Make sure there's no wire sticking out the top here. And I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to turn it. And that puts each little wire in its own little channel. Now I'm going to go into the top part that just has the little circular part on each side. I'm going to lay my crimp in there and squeeze. Fold my crimp. I'm going to tug. Make sure it's not going anywhere, and it's not. So now I'm going to take my cutters and cut off the extra wire. And now I'm going to cut my wire off my spool. I'm going to take another crimp tube and another wire guardian. Come down the other channel of my wire guardian. Back through my crimp tube. And I try to go back through a bead or two on this side because it's harder to crimp on this side because your hands are in the way and the beads are in the way. And if I can get it down through another couple of beads, at least I can be pulling from down there and my hands at least will be out of the way. Don't appear to be doing a very good job of it though. And my little crimp tube's trying to get away from me. You kind of need about 4 or 5 more hands to do this part. Just pull on the, hold the wire guard and pull on the wire. And now I want to make sure there's no slack in my bracelet, but I don't want it to be really tight because I want it to be able to move and drape well. Now I'm going to go into that second part of the crimpers again like I did before and lay my crimp in there and squeeze. And then turn it. Go in the first part of the crimpers and lay my crimp in there and squeeze and fold my crimp. Now I'm going to tug. That's good. Now I'm going to cut off my extra wire. And that's what I've got so far. Now I'm going to take my jump rings and my lobster clasp and open my jump ring here. Find where it opens. And we always twist our jump rings open like that. I never pull them apart. I'm going to put one side of my bracelet on and my toggle bar. Actually, I think I'll put the toggle ring on this side. Beads on this side are bigger. Always run my finger over it there to make sure it's closed and meeting up well. Sometimes you can hear it click. I'm going to take this one. You want to make sure that the end that you put your toggle bar on, that you have room to get, that your ring will go, your toggle bar will go through the ring. Usually the wire guardian allows enough room for that, but we go. Got us a little bracelet. Really simple little bracelet. Now I'm going to get my stuff together here and make a little pair of earrings. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to make a little earring here. And I know I said I had an eye pin, some eye pins in there, and I did, but I changed my mind about how I want to do this. So I'm going to put one of my bead caps on and put my faceted 10mm bead on and another bead cap. And I'm going to put one of these different kind of bead caps facing up and my little white pearl bead on. And then I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to put a bead cap on top of him. I'm going to take my pliers. I'm going to go to the very tip of the pliers because I don't want to have a very long neck. I'm going to bend the pin at a very sharp 90-degree angle over the top of the pliers. I'm going to take my round nose pliers and go in here and put them in the crook of the bend. Round nose pliers facing me. I'm going to bend the wire back until it hits the bead. I rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Bring this short part back up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock it back a little until the loop is centered over the bead. Like that. And that usually stands that wire almost straight up. Now I'm going to take my brand new pair of bent chain nose pliers, and I guess we'll see how they work. I think I'm going to like them. They're smaller, and I don't think they're going to be in the way as much. I'm going to take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers, and I'm going to grab my wire at the tip here, and I'm going to start wrapping. And I always try to get that first wrap good and tight. If I can get it tight, the rest of the wraps usually do well. And it's a good idea to just go a half a turn at a time. Sometimes I get in a hurry and go around all at once, but it's really better to do it a half a turn at a time. If you can get a hold of it. There we go. And just keep wrapping until there's no more room to wrap. I'm going to take my cutters and cut off my extra wire. Try not to cut the wrong wire. I'm going to take my ear wire. I'm going to open it up. We open it just like we do a jump ring. We twist it open. Put my little earring on here. Close it up. Make sure it's closed really well. Now I got a little earring there. So now I'm going to make the other pair off camera and I'll be back. Okay, there we go. A really, really simple little bracelet and pair of earrings. I know it's really simple, but hopefully maybe it helps somebody who's brand new to beading and had never made a bracelet before. If you're not subscribed to the Bargain Bead Box and you decide you want to be, definitely take advantage of that coupon code. It'll save you $2 off your first box. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
Thank you.